Hi, Ricardo, it's Amy, and I just got done reading your post for week 4, the ethical decision making and responsibilities. You came up with some really good ideas and different activities. First of all, demonstrating curiosity and open-mindedness. I think that's such a good one, and it's good to begin that at a young age. For so long, people were afraid to ask questions to someone that they are just meeting, and maybe they are unaware of what their culture is like. But if we start allowing children to ask questions and to share about their own life and their own culture, we can open up so much to our children inside our classrooms. We can get the right information too, instead of being wary of someone new, like you're a student and a new student comes in and they might dress a different way, or they might wear, different type of garb and things like that. If we don't allow our students to interact with each other and really just ask sincere questions, then they're never going to get to learn about each other. And then once you learn about each other, then you find out that there's so many things that you have in common, that you're not so different after all. And I really like how you say, promoting these questions and this curiosity will bring different perspectives into your classroom and into the child's mind. Your next one, recognizing one's responsibility to behave ethically. Our behavior is a reflection of our ethics, and I truly believe that. And it's not something that you just say, okay, be ethical and walk away. It's up to the families to teach that, to instill that in the children, but we also can bring that into the classroom as well. We can lay out our expectations of the classroom, teach the children how to manipulate the do's and the don'ts, and then give them chances to make those decisions. In my original post, I had talked about growing up Catholic, and during Lent every year on Fridays, we never ate meat. And I remember almost every Friday I spent the night at my friend Shelly's house. Her parents went bowling, and they always had pizzas delivered for us, pepperoni and cheese all the time. And without fail, if it was Lent, my mom and dad weren't around, they would have never known if I ate the pepperoni on that pizza, but I always picked it off, always. And I think that's just because I wasn't afraid of really getting in trouble. It was just something that I knew I was supposed to do. And so I did it. And to this day, I still don't eat meat on Fridays during Lent. It's just, what we do, or what I do. And then you have your 3 positive aspects of developing ethical decision-making and the importance. Allowing students to make their own decisions, especially after we're instilling ethical principles to them, will build their confidence. I do appreciate that, and I agree with that. And then if we step back and allow them to make their own decisions, not us telling them what to decide, they will see the consequence, good or bad, of their decision. And then they can continue, and we can teach them how to build on that or rectify it. So I really think that's such a good idea. And allowing students to express themselves. And, in a classroom, you're going to have students with different types of values, but bring that in, and that goes into the curiosity and open-mindedness. There might be students who are allowed to wear shorts in the winter in Ohio, but other students aren't allowed to wear shorts in Ohio. And, that's such a goofy example, but I'm saying there's, you have different types of people who have different types of ways of doing things, values. But if you are accepting to all those, and you allow the students to be accepting to all those, again, you're going to have better social emotional environment in your classroom. I really like the social responsibility that you had spoken about. It's just good to teach the children that what they do with their actions don't only affect them, but the people around them, and then the people around the people. It just is a domino effect. And, being able to come up with social activities and things like that to show the students what could happen with whichever decision you decide to make would be a really good idea. And then the next one, discuss your 2 relevant practices. The first one, yes, no, maybe, for the current event discussion. I really like that, because if you set the expectation and you tell them, as a class, not you tell them, but us, we come together as a class and say, okay, these are the parameters of what we are allowed to say and lines we don't want to cross, because we do want to be respectful. And, this seems like it'd be for the older group, but however, you could start with the younger group. You could have something like your favorite color, your favorite food, and you can start slowly teaching the younger children how to have a discussion that is fair, giving them word prompts and sentence starters and visuals. And then as they grow, and if it was a school-wide activity, that means each teacher at each grade level build on this and build on this. Just imagine the amazing debates these students can have by being respectful, open, honest. It's like, your social emotional is just, it's just so okay. I don't even know what to say, because I think that's such a great idea. If that is something that could be implemented in school-wide, just having the yes, no, maybe current event discussion. I love that. It also gets the students thinking about what's actually going on outside of a video game or a favorite TV show. They have to go and they have to find the current event. I remember doing it. We had to cut out the article from the newspaper and bring it in, but we never had that discussion. We never said, okay, this is my opinion on this. It was never like this. So this is such an awesome idea. And then sympathy to action. It was a 1-hour activity when students reflect on readings and engage in discussions about the responsibilities that we have to address suffering and injustice. It's so easy for all of us to sit back and say, oh, that's so terrible. I wish I could do something. Well, even if we just do something small, even if we teach the students, let them decide, what could we do to help out? Maybe they can raise money, and instead of a class pizza party, they can take that money and they can donate it, or have a mitten tree for Christmas. As you know, I'm from Ohio, so everything is like mittens and, cold weather type things. But, letting the students be aware of what is really going on around their community. There are a lot of injustices. And instead of hiding that away from the students, find the appropriate articles that relate to the grade level and talk about it, and then motivate the students to take action, even if it's writing letters or, anything that shows them that them stepping out of their comfort zone and getting a little uncomfortable to help somebody else is so important. I really like this one. I have to see the check in, check out journal. Is that what I'm reading? I love the check in, check out journal, and it could be private. It could be private between the student and a trusted adult on campus, but it's such a great way to know, like, if that student is having such a hard moment in the classroom, they have a special journal that's just for them, and they could just write. They could draw, they can write. And if they choose to share it, that's okay. And if they don't choose to share it, that's okay too. But it's teaching them, again, at an early age. It's, if you don't know how to talk about your feelings, let's at least write them down. So I really liked your whole post. I had a few aha moments in there. Ricardo, thank you for sharing, and I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy the next few weeks of the holiday season coming up, and good luck in your classes. Bye.